Well, hello, Dave. First off, welcome to Paraguay. For now, virtually, but just in a few
Right.
days, you'll be back in the country for the third time. Thank you for returning.
Oh, you're welcome. I love it. It's going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Good. I'm so happy that you decided to come back because I know the last time was a little bit complicated, but thank you for returning.
It was
Well,
sad. We wanted to play so bad, and honestly, if it was possible to play the next day, we would have stayed and played the next day, but it just wasn't possible. But we're coming now, and the best thing about it is we're ready. We are so excited, and we've got a lot of new things. We've got some new songs that we're adding in that we've never played before. We've got some old songs that we dug out of the catalog that we're going to be adding into the show. So it's going to be very, very exciting and very energetic.
well, that's right. I see you look very well. You look very well. So congratulations for having beaten the cancer. How do you feel now? And I want to know if this experience changed your view on life too.
Well, thank you. I feel good, and the experience changed my life because it made me really grateful for being alive, and it also, I'm really grateful for the things that I've accomplished in my life. Some people, when they reach the end, they look back and they think, what has my life meant? And you look at a grave. It says when you're born, say 1970, and it says when you die, say 19 or 2030, and then that little dash in the middle, that's your whole life.
Ah,
Your
yes.
life is a dash. That's incredible. So I don't want to be just a dash. I want to be something really important. I love to get involved with people and with charity work. We got involved with the landfill harmonic there. I have myself purchased a soup kitchen in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and another one in Tijuana, Mexico, because I want to help people.
That's
I think
good.
that's a way to use your charity,
Thank
use
you.
your celebrity.
Yes. I remember to see you at the premiere of the documentary here in Paraguay at the cinema. I was so
Yes,
happy.
it was wonderful. It was
I,
wonderful.
yes, we all were so happy to have you there. So are you still in touch with them, with the orchestra?
Sadly, no. Sadly, no.
Oh,
They people grow up, they move on. My prayer is that the kids all were blessed and got to escape living in the landfill, that someone discovered them and what they're doing with their talent, and that they were able to get out of, the landfill.
yes, no, they
Move.
are. They are touring around the world. I hope you can see them here and you can play together or they can play with
Yeah.
you all. I hope so.
It would be nice to say hello.
Of course it will. Well, let's talk about the album, The Sick, the Dying, and the Death. Is the 60th album. Wow, a lot with such a deep history and so many albums in the band's career. Do you have a favorite album?
Oh, that's hard to say. That's like asking somebody to pick their favorite child.
I know.
Um, you know, uh, there are certain records that we have that were really influential in my life. P Cells was. I think Killing Was My Business was so ahead of its time that people didn't really understand it, and that's when art is at its best. When you get something new that you've never heard before, when you hear a record and it's just the same old crap, nobody wants that. I mean, how long has it been since we heard a new band that was really fantastic, like a new Iron Maiden or a new AC/DC or a new Megadeth or a new Guns N' Roses? It's been,
The
I can't
classic.
even, yeah, we haven't heard a band like that in so long. That was something that we stopped and went, wow, that's great. For me, I could be listening to music anywhere, but if I hear Vivaldi after doing that thing with the San Diego Symphony, to me, Vivaldi is like the bell in Pavlov's dog. I hear summer or winter and I just stop. It's so beautiful, and so that's my jam is when I hear Vivaldi. Um, that's kind of going off on a tangent, but I think when you look at songs that influence you, you never know what's going to influence the artist.
Course. Yeah. I love to hear that. You sound so passionate about what you're talking about. It's so good to hear you. I love it.
Thanks.
Yes. Well, Megadeth has been one of the best metal bands since its formation. I think was in 1983, a long time
Mhm,
ago. How do
mhm.
you view the genre today? I mean, the thrash metal genre today, nowadays.
Well, it's hard to say how I view the genre because there are so many different uh, subsections of heavy metal. When it first started, it was hard rock, and then heavy metal came, and then the new wave of British heavy metal came, and then there was power metal and speed metal and thrash metal and black metal and white metal and death metal and core metal and true metal and God, how many metals can you possibly have? So for me, what I'm aware of, what I'm aware of is what Megadeth is doing, and we can't wait to get down there and see the friends and fans that we've made in Paraguay. I know right now that we the last show that we did sadly was interrupted, as you mentioned.
And of course, you have a playlist. I mean, a set list with the new album songs. But are you planning? I mean, do you have like a special playlist for Paraguay that you know a little bit about Paraguay, the culture. You know what hits love in Paraguay.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that before when we were touring, we would use a main set list and we would kind of play off of that main set list every night. We would maybe move
Little
a
bit change.
song around, maybe put another song in, just because in that city, one song could be huge at radio and they know this song more than something else. But the set list was pretty much the same. This time, we have made three completely, entirely different set lists because we have three shows in Buenos Aires, and we have to have completely different shows when we do two or more shows.
What do you think is the secret of the band to still, I mean, to keeping the band current? What is the secret? Because the people love you, fans around the world, no matters the time.
The secret, I think, is being honest with yourself, and I don't try and act like I'm better than other people because I know I'm not. I know there's a better singer out there than me. I know there's a better guitar player out there than me. So I enjoy what I possess, the gifts I have. I enjoy the friends that I've made, and I love my job. So I can't wait to do it. If it was my way right now, I'd be hearing, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, please raise your seats to the upright position." Let's go.
Nice. And where are you now, right now? And
I'm on my farm in Franklin, Tennessee, which is just a little south of Nashville. So I have a farm here, and it's good for me to go outside and work in the sun. I walk around barefoot a lot and enjoy my animals, my horses,
wow.
and our dogs, and I have a lot of things that I really enjoy that I've discovered in the last 10 years living out in the country.
And what do you do when you are not working? I mean, now you are talking with me, it's work because you are doing interviews. But when you don't have the tour, when you're not writing, when you're not singing, what do you love to do?
Well, you're probably hearing my phone going crazy right now. I what the hell's
Yes.
thought I turned it off, and I apologize for that.
Don't worry.
What I do when things aren't going on is I just try and enjoy myself here at home because you have to live life in between records. If, say, for example, you and I were married and we were in love and we're traveling around together, and you have big eyes, you're seeing everything that you love and you want to see, and you want me to be there with you, and I don't want to be there. See, that's not living life. If I was single and I was in my house and I didn't want to clean up, eventually it would look like where the children came from for the landfill harmonic
Yes.
orchestra. And for me, if you don't live life, do something good with yourself, help somebody else out, try to leave the wherever you go better than when you came.
And you've
That
oh,
is living life.
and you've always things like that. I mean, when you were young, you wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I
Well,
love it.
I've been living on my own since I was 13. So, my mom and dad got divorced when I was really young. I was 4, and then when I was 13, my mom and I split positions. You hear that thunder?
Yes, I heard. It's about to rain.
Big giant lightning strike and the thunder's coming. So I've been on my own for a long time. So I've had my own philosophies about things, and they were ingrained in my mind when I was very very little, and I've stuck true to them ever since. Everybody asks me what do you want to tell younger bands, and I say don't take shit from anybody ever. But the truth of the matter is, what I would want to say to a young band is much more than just a one-liner, because it's a scary business, and you want to be successful. Everybody does, but there's so many bad people in the music business. There's a lot of good, and you just have to hold out for them. But there's a lot of bad people there, and they ruin people's gifts. There are so many musicians that have been screwed over that we'll never hear. I was getting put in a situation where I could have been completely
Yeah.
screwed, but living on my own since I was 13, I knew what a hustler was. So when we were in the presence of guys that were trying to do something not so cool, I said, "No, we don't need you. Hit the road." And here we are, 40 years later, successful and happy.
Super happy. Super happy.
Yes.
And I'm happy to speak with you. So, what do you want to tell the people in Paraguay that are waiting for you all?
Well, we want to make up for the Mother Nature disaster when we were there last week. It wasn't a disaster, but we want to make up for that. We would have kept playing, but it was just too dangerous with the electricity and the way the
Of
wind
course.
was blowing. The rain was coming in sideways, and all of our gear got damaged. So when we were trying to get everything to work the next concert, so much stuff was ruined, and it wasn't Paraguay, it wasn't the people of Paraguay, it was the rain, it was the wind. And we have something to make up. We want to make up for that concert, for all the beautiful fans that came and showed their support and were unable to see their favorite band play because of the rain.
Yes. And are you planning to stay like one day more, or you're coming right for the concert and you have to go to another concert of the tour?
It usually is like that. We
Oh,
usually have to go right away. Sometimes when it's really close, we'll fly out the same night. But usually, when we get a chance to stay, we'll move from wherever the venue was to a different location in the country. Say, for example, if we're playing someplace and it's 100 miles from the ocean, we would stay by the venue. And then if there was another day off, we would probably go down to where the ocean was so we could experience some of the seafood and see the water, because the water in the ocean is so good for me.
yes, it is. It's like magic.
It's healing. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for your
Oh, you're
time. It
so
was a
welcome.
pleasure talking to you. You're looking very well. I'm so happy to see you
You're making me blush.
happy and so good. So see you here, and I hope you see the orchestra because they love you. They all speak about you, the Megadeth. So I hope you can see them. Thank
Yeah,
you
me
very
too.
much.
Igualmente. Ciao.